Alright, how's it going? Today we're doing Duality, Solar Flaws in Season of Defiance. This time on a Hunter. Using Blade Barrage with Knife Trick, Healing Grenade, Knock him down on your mark, and some other fragments to help us have Radiant all the time. Using Submission, Cartesian Corner, and Lament, like before. We're also using Assassin's Cowl. This is a very underrated build. Pretty slept on. So, for our hunters, this is quite similar to the warlock, but also quite similar to the titan builds. It's by far the second easiest, with warlock being the hardest. The knife trick will be able to one-shot all minor enemies, as well as major scions and incendials with a bit of pre-damage with the SMG, which makes this very powerful because not only do we go invisible, but we also get health back on every kill. So we're going to start by tap firing the SMG to hit the bell on the other side, and then just running through to the bell on there. Now we're just going to do some jumping. As you can see, with Radiant and I think it's knocking down, you get your melee energy back completely if you get a kill while Radiant, and that means that with Ember of Torches we can get our melee back on every melee kill. As you can see, it can one-shot Scions and War Beasts, but also Legionaries when they come up. So we're going to do the same thing here. We're going to tap fire to hit the bell. My aim is apparently terrible. Yep, pretty bad. And let's move forward. Now when we get through, we're going to do the easy skip here to avoid this section completely. Saves a lot of time. Just going to drop down once we hit the bell from behind into here, and then we're at the end of it. Sometimes some gladiators spawn there, but I believe if you hug the right when you enter the little hole, they won't spawn. So now we're going to start killing things. As you can see, Legionary got one shot. Now we have Invisibility, Radiant, and a health back. Ember of Empyrean really helps with this as well, especially on the boss fights, because solar weapon kills, as well as any solar ability kills, will extend the timer for Radiant and Restoration. Which is also good because we have a healing grenade. So we're just going to go through, kill all of this. Colossus, you will need the Sword of the Fusion. Fusion Rifle energy doesn't matter too much, but solar is always best. It does have to be rapid fire for the best outcomes. So, start the Gowron fight. We're going to hit the bell on the opposite side so we spawn next to the Bellkeepers. Gonna say hi to Gowron. Go around. If you have armor charge up, you should be able to one-shot Incendials, but also having Radiant will make it a very easy one-shot. So we're going to kill one Scion, pick up the standard, then we're going to kill the next and not pick up the standard. This will give us 15 seconds extra on the damage phase, because the Scion respawns when you go out, but doesn't despawn when you go into the gauntlet. So you can kill it there and get extra 15 seconds for killing it. So we got sun now, so we're just waiting for the Bellkeepers to spawn. Just getting some kills, because why not? One thing to say, if you get melee kills in too quick succession, you won't get your melee charge back, because it seems to be on a slight cooldown. I think there's an instance of that happening later. So we're going to wait for the door to open. I'm just going to throwing a knife the dogs, and then 2 fusion shots and a throwing knife to kill the Colossus. Now we're going to use the fusion rifle on these visions of Garan. Fusion rifles can over-penetrate, which means you will be able to kill 2 Garans if they are in single file right next to each other. Say hi to Garan again. And since we have Radiant and Armor Charge, these Incendios go down really quickly. Now we're going to pick up the next standard, but not kill the Scion. That way he'll still be there when we enter the second gauntlet. And we're just going to make our way out. Now we're going to go over here, the Bellkeepers will have already spawned. Just because I'm low on fusion rifle ammo, I'm doing a bit of SMG damage, then finishing off with the knife. I'm going to try to kill some stuff to get more special ammo. I should say Solar Siphon, or whatever siphon you have on your fusion rifle, helps out a lot for keeping up stacks of armor charge when you're killing the Visions of Garan. So, as you can see, Sion's still there. Killing it will give us 15 seconds on the timer, which is amazing. As you can see, I almost killed 2 Garans there. Now, when we're coming out, just gonna get some preliminary damage on the Bellkeepers and finish off with a knife. One thing about invisibility is Garan will just not pay attention to you if he hasn't seen you already. We're gonna start off with the Blade Barrage. You want to do it as it's sort of in a corner, so the knives don't spread out so much, so you get the maximum damage on it. Now trying to keep up Radiant by killing some Legionaries. If you're in the right spot, you can sort of hit Legionaries through Garan with your sword, which is very nice. So we're going to leave the Nightmare at about 10, or at least you should, but I want to get a 2-phase, so I'm just trying to use the rest of my Lament ammo. As you can see, it did maybe 47%. But I know if I leave the timer down, if I don't, if I do the same thing and I don't try to escape the Nightmare, I should be able to get the 2-phase. Of course, if you're not confident about that, you know, don't. Probably not the best idea to have done. So now we're gonna go in. Gonna get this Scion. I know because there's a lot of heavy ammo in the other side that I'm going to not pick up this standard, but instead go for the one on the other side. There's always going to be one on the left, always one on the right. You don't want to pick up that standard because it could be the wrong one. There's a 50% chance. Turns out it was the right one, but I think you have to kill the Scion anyway. So now we've almost got full heavy anyway. You definitely want Gambler's Dodge as well, just in case you don't secure the kill with the knife. Should also be mentioned that even if the knife doesn't kill outright, killing if the enemy dies to the burn, that also counts as the knife kill. So I'm getting ready in here so I can one-shot the Bellkeepers here. Or not, I just want to save my fusion ammo, because I'm going to need it. See, the Colossus did die there in 2 shots because of armor charge and also radiant. Sometimes it doesn't, so I threw a knife, but turns out it didn't matter. If you are getting bombarded by enemies while you're trying to shoot the bell, just throw out some knives and you'll be fine. Of course, you want to do these sections, these gauntlet sections, as quickly as possible, so you get as much time as possible killing Garan. So, same thing here, pick up the standard, but don't kill the sound. And let's get out. So now we're just going to wait for the Bellkeepers to spawn. You always want to kill the Bellkeepers before activating the standard, just because it makes things a lot more simple. So now we're in the second gauntlet. Sometimes the Garans like to look out by the doors for some reason. Yep, so you've got 2 Garans in one there. And there's the Scion. So now we've got a whole minute to kill Garan. If I wanted to be safer, well, quote unquote safer, I didn't have to kill those Bellkeepers. Now, looking for him, there he is. That's a good Blade Barrage, because he was in a corner. Now, unfortunately, I get a lot of aerial attacks here. That will significantly lower the damage dealt, so you don't want to do that if possible. But at the same time, you don't want to waste any time waiting for him to move. So it's a bit of a balance. As you can see here, a lot of legionaries surrounding him, so I can keep up radiant very easily. And with the healing from the Lament, it's not very easy to die. So I ran out of Lament here, so I'm just going to finish him off with the fusion. I cut it very close there, but I just wanted the 2 foes, so I went for it. And that's Garan done. Not too difficult once you get the hang of it. This is also very stress-free, this run, because of the invisibility and the healing. Now for this bit, don't have to kill anything, but your life will be easier if you get some invisibility out of this, but it doesn't matter in the slightest. So we're going to go on to the first slide of death. If we can actually make it in there. There we go. So for this, you want to bump your head on the ceiling before you go through. That'll make you lose a lot of momentum and survive. I'm going to do a little jump skip here. You don't have to do that if you don't want to, but it saves a little bit of time. Now we're going to run through, avoid the Colossus, and then jump over. This is a bit of a long jump, so you want to hold A as long as possible to make your jump the biggest as possible. So now onto the statues. Statues are always the same, just shoot the bell from the start and jump to the right. Hit this one 3 times, then go left. Hit that one 2 times, and left again, that one 2 times, and you're done. Yeah, and there's the door open. So we're now onto the vault encounter. It's really not difficult. We're going to start it by going onto one of these corners. We're then going to fusion rifle and knife a bellkeeper. This will allow us to one-shot all subsequent bellkeepers. With invisibility, it makes it much more simple to go through the middle and also place the standards, while avoiding a lot of fire, which is very nice. Just going to kill as much as possible while looking for the things, the standards to look for. I know they're on opposite sides, and I'm going for axes first. Yeah, axes. So for this, what you want to do is you want to get a knife hit or kill, doesn't matter, and then use the fusion rifle to go through the phalanx shields, because Radiant gives all weapons anti-barrier rounds if they don't already have a champion thing. And of course anti-barrier rounds can go through phalanx shields, which makes this extremely quick, to the point where I'm actually considering trying to get 2 standards in 1 teleport. But, you know, you probably shouldn't, because it's, you know, very tight. Since we hit the bell on the opposite side to the standard, the bellkeepers will be right next to us. Got a lot of time, so I mean, don't forget about the timer, but it's not that stressful. So now I'm looking for cup. Found it, so I'm going to hit the bell on the opposite side and go grab it. Gonna do the same thing. Now for this you need to kill 2 phalanxes and... sorry, 2 legionaries, 3 phalanxes and the Colossus. Of course, the enemies that jump down the stairs will jump back, and so it's hard to tell which ones you need to kill. You can just kill all of them if you want. With Radiant and Armor Charge, you will be able to one-shot the Centurions with the fusion rifle. Might have to be Solar, I'm not sure. Anyway, so now we've got the second standard. This will allow us to damage the legionary. We're going to start off, as usual, with the blade brush. Then we're going to get a radiant kill. And then go at it with the lament. We're also throwing out a healing grenade, so we have restoration, and every solo kill will extend the timer for the restoration. The Bellkeeper comes to say hi. That almost never happens, but, you know, easy to kill. And that's the first one done. Now this is just a rinse and repeat job. Do the same thing 2 more times. And that's it, really. So there's not too much to talk about now, so I'm going to take a second to say if you are finding this helpful or enjoyable, like and subscribe would be great. You know how it works. You're a nice person, aren't you? So fortunately throughout this run I do get both standards on opposite sides to each other, which means I can make the Bellkeepers spawn right next to me by hitting the opposite belt of whichever standard I'm going for. However, there is obviously a 1 in 3 chance that you will have 2 standards on the same side. If that happens, you just have to run to the other side. You have to run to the other side for one of them to kill the Bellkeepers. So since I know dog and axes are on the same side, I saw axes, so I'm going to go to the other one, which is dog. Since we got the Incendial, you want to have your sword out at all times. That way you can possibly block or swipe to mitigate the knockback from the Incendial. Same thing, start with the Blade Barrage. Get some sword kills, if you can, on neighbouring legionaries to extend the restoration and radiant effects. Now I'm just doing the same thing, but at the same time trying to kill as much as possible in an attempt to get heavy ammo, because it is pretty necessary for this. You don't need full for each phase, but it does help. Now here I lost my dodge and my knife, which is a bit annoying. So I'm just going to run around and try to kill things with the fusion rifle. I don't have Radiant, which is a bit annoying. For whatever reason these seem not to die without Radiant, but in my warlock video I showed that that's not necessarily the case. I got my dodge back very quickly though, so I can get my knife back as well. Now I couldn't see what the second one was, so I just jumped up again. So I'm at Cup, I know Sun is to the left of me, so I'm just going to shoot the bell on the other side to go get Sun. I thought that legionary was going to burn out, but turns out he didn't. There he is. So I'm using invisibility here, just to make it safer to place the standards. Obviously you don't need to, but yeah, might as well. So I did the same thing, I saw dog, so I'm gonna go to the other side for axes. One day I'll remember where these all are. Same thing happened there. Didn't kill the legionary outright, but I know he's the only one I need to kill, so there we go. So now I'm getting Radiant, then Blade Barrage. Kill a lot of guys with the Blade Barrage. That means we get a lot of extra time on the Radiant. And we're done. On to the next part. So now we're on to the depths, which is just a little bit of jumping. So we're just going to do that. We're going to go around the block, hit that bell, then jump onto these beams, and through the hole. Now we're going to go through this passageway, do a bit of jumping, and hit the bell on the other side with some tap firing from the SMG, and then go across. Now onto these beams, we're going to pull our sword out, just in case the incendials are going to be a little bitch. And we're going through to the second slide. I start with the healing grenade, just in case I take maximum damage, but I don't, because I do a little jump to lose all my momentum. Now we're just going to do some jumping over. And now we're on to the Keitel fight. We're going to be doing similar things to both encounters. We're going to start by going to the left, fusion rifle, and then knife to get radiant and armor charge, which means we can kill all subsequent bellkeepers in one shot. I'm going to be abusing invisibility for this, which is very nice. I accidentally get caught in the pants down there, but it's fine because I get my dodge back very quickly when something's scorched. I think I have that fragment on, I can't remember. So now we got cup and axes. We're gonna start with a throwing knife on the scion, and then do the same thing for this one. Very simple, very easy. Now that we've got radiant and armor charge, we're just gonna plow through the bellkeepers, as well as getting invisibility from the dogs to make things very less stressful. Now we've done all that, we're going to go out. Now we have one opportunity at the start to dunk one, then we're just going to go invisible. Well, yeah, we're going to go invisible for the next one just because it's much easier. Now we got axe and dog. That's L1, R2. So we're just going to hit this spell and go straight to L1. Collect that standard, then go through the incendios towards the other side. Kill those bellkeepers and get the last scion. Now we get a silent kill to go invisible, and then dunk with 2 standards. That Centurion got a bit annoying, and then Keitel turned up. So I'm just gonna wait a bit to kill the thing. I'm then gonna get a knife kill to get radiant and armor charge to go inside, so I can one-shot these bellkeepers and keep up radiant. For the damage phase, it's not too difficult. You want to try to get a knife kill on the last incendio you kill for obvious reasons. And then just go at it with the lament. Once again, don't want to get aerial attacks, but with armor charge and radiant, you can do about 1/6 of her damage, 1/6 of her health in one go. As you can see, if you do a aerial attack, there's a big chance you can push it back due to a desync, which can just be very annoying. For the super, you want to do it in the middle, always. This is because it's it's much easier to actually get an angle in which all the knives will explode near her. Like so. And we do 50.5% in one go, which is very nice. So we're just going to do that one more time and then we're done. Fortunately, I did get a lot of heavy ammo before the phase started, and so I'm at max now. Nice little Celestial Nighthawk there. So now we're going to go and get the standards. I believe they were Dog and Sun. Or is it Dog and Axes this time? Yeah, it's Dog and Axes. Now I am running low on fusion, so I'm going to do some SMG and followed by a knife trick. Because fusion rifle ammo is very useful for the damage phase in killing the Bellkeepers, of course. So now we got Dog and Sun, which is both lefts. So I'm gonna go to the left, jump up, immediately get the standard on the first one. Then these two Bellkeepers, then the second one, then the last two Bellkeepers. And we're out. I don't know what causes the Bellkeepers to respawn, but sometimes they do. After you've done 2 teleports. Other times I've seen them not do that. You should be careful of them, obviously, but if you're invisible it doesn't matter too much. Gonna hit the Jewel with a fusion rifle shot, just because I have max fusion ammo anyway. Gonna get a radiant kill there, and start firing through these guys. She's coming to the middle, which is really good, so gonna start off with the Blade Barrage like before. I do miss quite a few of the knives there, but it's fine. I get in a bit of a bad position there, but it's alright. Throw my knife there for some reason. Now we're going to run ahead of her to secure the 2 extra Bellkeepers. Fortunately, I don't one-shot the first one so I can get radiant off it. There's a healing grenade there. And then just finish her up. And we're done. That was a pretty stress-free run. Definitely second easiest. But yeah, Duality, Solar Force, and Hunter. Hope you all enjoyed, hope you found this helpful. If you did, like and subscribe would be greatly appreciated. And I hope to see you next time. Bye.
He believes it will help him better understand the goals of the witness, the final shape. This is something I have heard spoken in Hive Apocrypha, and from the lips of Tolan the Shattered. According to the Hive, the final shape is that which remains when